Hey guys, Coach Wilson here from the Team Workout, and I hope you're all doing really well. But I want to know, can you identify the 3 common mistakes going on with this plank that most people make when they do a plank? Because if you're doing things wrong, then you're probably not going to enjoy them all that much, and then you're probably not going to do them at all. And also, if you get injured, then you can't do them at all. And if you can't exercise, then you're going to go back into old ways, aren't you? Feel demotivated. You're going to eat things that you shouldn't be eating, and you didn't really solve the problem that you wanted solving in the first place, right? So I want to take care of that for you today and make sure that you're identifying these 3 things that's going on with this plank right now. The first thing you probably saw is that my chin is lifted, putting my spine in an unnatural position. Like this. What we want to make sure that we're doing is tucking this chin in, keeping that spine in that neutral position so that we're not getting all this neck tension and neck pain that so many people are struggling with, especially working at the desks at the moment. The second thing, we'll get to the third in a moment. It's an absolute beauty. The second thing is the hips. There's an anterior pelvic tilt, which is quite common for mums after pregnancy, or if you've got a belly that you've just reduced, it's a common problem that these hips turn out this way. It puts all that pressure on that lower back, the L4-5 vertebrae, which we want to totally avoid, especially going into a loaded plank position, puts more pressure on that back. We want to tuck the hips underneath. And what's a common theme is that people in this situation tend to never work their lower abs. They want their lower tummy to pull in, but they just never seem to find a fix for it. Well, if you're in this position, it's impossible to do. So we want to tuck that tail underneath and then pull those lower abs in, your lower belly, pull it in away from the waistband. All of a sudden you light up those lower abs, or you start to get a feeling for it, and then you build that strength from there. Instead of you getting lower back pain and having to visit the physio because you're L4-5 out of position. So the third and final thing is probably what you didn't see. Only a trained eye can see this. But it's going to completely transform the way that you do a plank. Here on in, you are going to love this exercise, the way that it attacks those abs. So we've already taken care of the neck. We've already taken care of those lower abs. Now we're going to take it up to a next level. You see my shoulders are currently retracted. Okay, what we want to do with them is press them forwards, much like a gymnast would do in a hollow hold. We're pressing those shoulder blades forward to hollow out the body. Press those shoulder blades forwards. You'll notice these obliques all come into play now, and you will transform that plank to a whole new level. Put these 3 practices into place when you're doing your planks. I absolutely love planks when done correctly, but please, 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 guys, remember that if you are doing exercises incorrectly, you will either get injured or you won't enjoy doing them, and therefore you won't do them. If you don't do them, like I said, you won't do the stuff that's good for you all that often, if ever. So while there's a big increase on DIY programs, do-it-yourself programs, and dancing about in your living room, please don't get injured and please don't get hurt. Remember, it's not a lack of motivation. You're always motivated. Okay, it's just where's that motivation going to? If you decide to skip a workout, well, you were motivated to skip the workout. It's not a lack of motivation, okay? If you decide to have a bottle of wine instead of a glass of wine, it's because you were motivated to have a bottle of wine instead of a glass of wine. You see what I'm saying? And this is the power of having yourself a coach to make sure that you stay on track, to steer that ship and to get you to that destination that you want to, instead of knocking your self-esteem each time that you fail to get there, okay? I hope that helps. Put into practice these 3 key things, common mistakes that people tend to make when they're completing a plank, and let's all get better.